Skyward! Scatter!
Something's hiding behind that statue! Aw, it's a baby Ectomisaur! So cute! Although, why is it... Traveler! How long was Paimon? Paimon locked eyes with that baby Ectomisaur for like a second, and then she was suddenly pulled into this strange place with a Any idea what happened? Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? Look, it's that baby Ectomisaur! Seems like it wants us to follow it. Paimon's adventurous side says we have to see...
Yeah! Skyward!
Wonder if we're allowed in here. Oh, the door opened all by itself. Aw, the Ectomisaur from earlier. It's really here. Then let's go introduce ourselves.
Yeah! Skyward!
Hello there. Okay. Probably doesn't understand what we're saying. Whoops, sorry. No offense and...
You there! You dare disrespect our Oh, you mean... Oh, I see. Sorry, my mistake. Apparently you are here by invitation. In which case, it's my job. Some introductions are in order. I am Kaholam, and this is our Ectomisaur Elder, the Great...
Whoa, that's quite a tongue twister.
In truth, we usually go with Elder Tlapo for short. Ah, I assume you're referring to our Elder's special ability. Elder Tlapo has been alive for many centuries and harbors secrets that even we priests... But one thing I can say for sure is that Elder Tlapo has appointed the two of you to an
What sort of task? And what kind of...
If it's all right with you, I'll take you to see our chief. He's in a much better position to answer your questions.
Okay, shoot.
Very well. Then... You can use this scroll to go directly to the obsidian altar. Don't worry, it's just one of the many mystical abilities of our tribe.
priest now?
One of the routine duties of a priest. We attempt to contact the spirits of our ancestors. The chief is just over there. Please wait here while I have a word with him.
Well, the Masters of the Night Wind are definitely living up to their rep.
All right, I've told the chief why we're here, and now you may speak with him.
So, you two are the appointed ones. I am Chief Biram.
So tall.
Unusually so.
Oh, no, of course not. Sorry, Paimon just
Yes. Kaholam told me about that. As outsiders to our tribe, throughout our history, only members of the Masters of the Night Wind have been appointed to undertake these
Really?
Allow me to explain. Our tribe has an old tradition of recording not just our own history. We record the legend. It is a tradition we have observed for many centuries. However, when a major event occurs that affects all of Natlan, we record it, and these scrolls can only be woven by someone of the... When the Ictonosaur Elder senses a major change in the ley lines, it will issue a formal declaration.
Whoa, so you...
Elder Tlapo sensed a ley line change quite some time ago, but had not yet designated the scroll.
Okay, but just so you're aware, we don't know...
As a matter of fact, that does not surprise me at all.
How come?
In the 200 years that Elder Tlapo has held this position, none of the appointed ones have...
Does that mean 200 years of major historical events have gone on...
No. They all submitted scrolls in time, yet each of them claimed it would...
Man, this tribe gets more mysterious by the second.
Yes, well, the notion that we have to rely on esoteric things like gifts from the spirits to record historical events of...
Huh. That's pretty surprising to hear, coming from the chief of...
I can imagine. You probably see the Masters of the Night Wind as a people shrouded in mystery. But I am something of an exception. I may be the chief, but when it comes to our traditions, I am in fact a proponent. I have dedicated my energies to deciphering the many mysteries of our tribe. In doing so...
Wow, that sounds great! So have you figured out the mystery of...
Sadly not. It is something I've been investigating for a long time. But I have yet... Only a small handful of events over the years have been recorded on these specials. And by the time the next scroll weaver is appointed, my time as chief will be long gone.
So...
While I haven't gotten to the bottom of the matter, I have made some progress. But precisely. It's nothing to be worried about. Simply a means of validating my current hypothesis. It shouldn't take you long. Nope. I can explain everything in detail when we get to the site of the test. But first, please wait a moment while I change out of the soul-shielding cloak. This garb is one of our important cultural relics, handed down by generations of chiefs. It is only to be worn with...
Oh...
Please, follow me. Do you see this scroll? Today's test is, quite simply...
That's it?
I assure you, it's not as easy as it sounds. If you cannot find your own way out, but then we will be no closer to solving this mystery. Good. Simply touch the scroll to begin the test.
Whoa, we really did get teleported. It seems like this place is completely sealed off. Doesn't look like there's an exit anywhere. Let's take a look around and see see what we can find. So many woven scrolls here? Paimon remembers seeing some of them before in other tribes. They seem to record historical events. This one really stands out from the rest. For starters, it's the biggest of them all. Wonder what story it tells. Yeah, you're right. Over there, something just flashed. Traveler, did you catch that? Right, Paimon's with you. We finally made it.
It is just as I thought. Yes.
Sure did.
This specific kind of scroll, it is a most mysterious color. Yet there are those who...
You mean...
That space you just entered was an exhibition room for storing this variety centuries ago. A great shaman by the name of Huitzilin put in place a security measure so that anyone, it exists to this day. And although I have not managed to decipher how it works, once someone is trapped inside, it is all but impossible for them to escape without outside help. Clearly, you must have this ability, which leads me to believe that our Ictomisaur Elder can sense this ability in
Another secret power? Traveler, you are full of mysteries. Still, having this ability doesn't change the fact that neither of us know where to start with weaving a scroll.
Don't worry about that. The method for weaving this kind of scroll appears to be largely the same as for an ordinary scroll. If my suspicions are correct, this dye is the key to weaving the scroll. The dyeing process is also a little different from the norm, but I don't anticipate any major issues there.
Cool, we'll follow your lead.
Great! Then please use your abilities to source the necessary ingredients. And in the meantime, I will have someone prepare some... We'll make a few sample pieces to test out my hypothesis. And if that goes well, if you agree to help, you can expect to be handsomely rewarded once...
Agreed, especially if there's a reward in it.
Given the stakes involved for our tribe, I was thinking a substantial sum of mora would be
Mora works too. Anyway.
Thankfully not. I've already identified a location where I suspect they may be found. Your guide is waiting just outside. You can set off at...
Yeah! Scatter!
Wait, isn't that Yansan? Wonder what she's doing here.
I brought all the stuff over, Coach. What?
All right.
I'll help you. These things can get pretty heavy.
Nah, I got this. These muscles.
Fine, as long as you don't wind up too so.
Just prepare to be amazed. My back. I knew I should have trained harder.
Yansan! We were just about to ask you the same thing. We didn't expect to run into you in these parts. Of course, we're also here to help. Let's go.
You're here, Ian-san. And you must be the traveler in Paimon.
What? So... I'm drowning! And there's something in the water!
He's on the ground, but it almost looks like he's trying to swim.
The abyss. The abyss is coming. There are eyes in my hands, and hands in my stomach. And my stomach is full of teeth. It ate all of you. It's coming for me too.
But we haven't been eaten. We're right here.
Monstrous beasts! How did you get in here?
As you can see, their mental state is quite poor. They went missing after the battle. We found them in the wilderness in the days that followed, but we found them unconscious in areas corrupted by abyssal tumors, lying next to their deceased comrades. My only guess is that something according to the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind, sudden exposure to a large amount of abyssal power can have meant we've never seen the effects this heightened before. But maybe Gasoithoth was just too powerful.
Gasoithoth? What's that?
It's the abyssal monster that appeared in the sky not too long ago. After consulting our ancient legends, we decided to call it Gasoithoth.
Oh, that giant black ball? Didn't we force it to retreat, though?
True. It poses no threat to us now. But whatever wound it inflicted on these warriors still endures. There was some mention of a treatment from several hundred years ago.
Right! You can purify abyssal power! Might as well give it a try. It didn't work?
That must mean purifying the abyssal power within them still isn't enough.
So, what can we do now? You don't tell me.
Come back to me, Gogeta! Please, don't leave me like this!
We beat Gasoithoth. They survived the battle. Are we really just gonna sit back and watch them lose?
What is it, Aeon-san?
But,
Are you sure about this? So dark. So cold.
Huh?
Light. Underwater. Where is it coming from?
It's working!
Is someone there? Please save me. No. No, wait. You have to leave this place. No. Duarte.
Oh no, it's not working!
My friend. Duarte. Duarte was the name of Otoko's Surian companion. Otoko almost drowned as a child, and Duarte was the one who saved him. He dove deep into the water and used all his strength to carry Otoko back to the surface. It was pretty touch and go, but both of them made it in the... Well, you see, Duarte died 4 years ago during an Abyss invasion. He was helping evacuate injured warriors from the front lines, but he was a bit on the smaller side, but other than that, he was just your average Kukasaur. Well, hold on. What are you planning? No problem. Think...
Yeah. Scatter. Yeah.
We're back. How are you feeling?
Duarte? How did you get here? Are you here?
It's working!
You sense it, don't you? This place still. Hearing you make that noise reminds me of our first few battles together. You're gonna carry me out of here just like last time. Over a decade later, and you're still trying to save me. I can't believe you made it this deep underwater, but I'm so glad you found me. Once we're out of here, let's split a huge portion of blazed meat stew. Just like old... We're almost at the surface. People tried to tell me you were dead, you know? As if I'd let that happen. No. Wait. Duarte? Wait, you're not Duarte. How did I get here? Who are you people?
Otoko!
He's Kaylee. What's going on? All I remember is the battle against... You went through all that for me? While all I did was cause trouble for everyone? Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's coming for me. It's good. It's no use. It'll just come back. Nothing. It will devour everyone.
Maybe it's just Paimon, but she can talk to us, but nothing she says makes it...
Ion-san, I heard you cured Otoko. I'm so relieved. Is there any...
I think you're onto something. The mental distress does seem to be connected to pre-existing fears and Kochita doesn't like it when people talk about her past. But the situation... Ion-san, Do you believe there are people in... Then, what about people destined to be unfit for battle? When Conchita was little, her parents died fighting the... She was only 11 or 12 at the time. And her brother, even younger still. Conchita trained hard to become a warrior, but still found fighting abyss monsters too difficult.
But isn't Conchita one of the warriors who fought the Abyss? Didn't you find her unconscious out on the field?
Yes, we did. You see, something changed within her several years ago when the Abyss... By the time the guards rushed to the scene, they found her standing there, weapon outstretched, hands trembling, and the Abyss monster dead at her feet. She became a completely different person after that. She earned a reputation as a very capable warrior. We all thought she overcame the trauma, and we were so happy for her. But now it seems like even it...
How can we help her?
Quali?
Quali, what are you doing with that weapon?
Show me the monster that hurt you! I'll make it pay! I'm going to protect you this time!
Calm down, Quali. That monster...
I can do it! I don't care what it takes! I just want her to get better.
Family? If Quali goes to battle, the Abyss will I can't let that happen! But it's useless. No one can beat the Abyss. It's a death sentence, but I'm no warrior. I'm Conchita. Fight it!
Try checking the mountains to the north. A few I dispatched a team to clear...
There's no turning back.
I'm coming too! I'm not...
You were the ones who killed them! As a kid, I thought my parents were invincible. They were always so strong and gentle, but I can still see the image of them collapsed at my feet that night. The raging fire, the smoke, the smell of blood. They told me to run, and I could see the fear in their eyes. I've been running from my fears ever since. But why didn't my parents run? It must have been because...
You can do it!
Because of our family. When you have someone to protect, there's no backing down.
Let's help her out!
Order guide.
Your life is mine. I can do this. I have to do this.
Right now. Emerge. Right here. Give up. Don't waste my time.
Go away! Where are the rest? Where are they hiding? That's impossible. They were gigantic beasts crawling with eyes, ready to... No. Wait. What am I saying? Abyss Mon...
She's back to normal!
Kuchita!
What just happened? That is quite embarrassing. I've always envied warriors who don't get scared or feel lost. It really felt like I was getting stronger over the years.
Even though we're both scared of monsters, you were always the one who stepped up to protect me. But not anymore.
Is that so? Then I'll look for... I finally feel like myself again. I couldn't have done it without you all. I think I'll rest here for a bit. I don't think I can make it back to the tribe just yet.
I'll keep you company.
Toko's all better. Did you hear?
Really?
Yes, really. It's all thanks to the...
I see. I was wondering why the Traveler was chosen to accompany... So all those rumors about the...
Kuchita's getting better, too.
Koichi, give me a hand for a sec.
Yeah, honestly, Paimon was at a complete loss when she saw us. We only found a solution this time because... Whoa, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. That sounds like something Paimon could do, but with that... Oh, well, when you put it, you're amazing, Ansan. You really make Paimon feel like she can do the impossible.
Hyan-san! Bad...
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
What are you doing, Okolan? Wake up!
Don't you recognize us, my boy?
The Abyss monsters are everywhere. Everywhere. They've taken over the tribe. No corner is safe. Did we lose the battle? No. It's pointless to think about that now. A warrior only...
Careful! He's not himself!
Okotlan! This is order.
So, he thinks we're Abyss monsters? Hey, it's okay! We're not the bad guys!
Come on! Give me your worst! Wretched Abyss! Get out of my tribe!
Mom, Dad, are gone.
This is my final battle!
Please, son, you've got to stop. You can't keep going like that.
Wretched monsters! Give me my family back! Look, Coco Land! That's your father! He's still. Get out of my home! I'll never forgive you!
Are you alright, sir?
Please, don't hurt my son. He's...
But what should we do now? He's different from the other two. It's like he can't hear it. He keeps calling us monsters. We're basically enemies to him now.
Oh, Copeland.
Abyssal corrosion syndrome. 500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Huh? That voice!
Direct contact with high concentrations of abyssal power causes irreversible mental trauma. The exact presentation will vary according to trauma level. Some will suffer from superficial hallucinations and maintain the capacity to perceive the outside world. In such cases, however, there are also those who are so far gone, entrenched in hallucinations so deep, that medical intervention is the only option.
The draft of lucidity?
It's a kind of medicine that can dispel the psychological impact of the abyss. The treatment comes with severe side effects, including chronic migraines for the rest of the patient's life. So, it's reserved for the worst cases. This man is a devoted warrior, one not easily swayed from battle. That is precisely why it's so difficult to pull him out of this. If you trust me to be true to my word, give him this.
Wretched monsters! Setting up an end. Give me your worst. It's either your... Hurry! He's awake!
Please, give him the draft. My son thinks he's alone in this world. In his mind, all his family and comrades are gone, and only enemies remain. There's nothing more painful for a warrior than losing...
Monsters! What's going on? My head hurts. I just had the strangest dream.
It's all right, my boy. It was just a nightmare. Let's go home. You need a good night's sleep. But first, I want to thank you for
Just Capitano is fine.
I owe you more than words can say, Mr. Capitano. My name is Mune. Time to go, son. Can you stand?
Thank goodness everything turned out all right.
Think nothing of it. I agreed to offer you my aid, so this is merely a part of that duty. Besides, I care deeply about this land.
Right! When we were with Moika, you told us you and your soldiers defended Natlan against the Abyss 500 years ago.
That's right. My desire to protect this nation remains unchanged. When my platoon arrived in Natland 500 years ago, like you, we were true outlanders. But as time passed, I encountered, though many of the warriors were rash and inexperienced, they were steadfast and fearless in battle, willing to do just as I fought for the glory of Conria. They fought for the survival of their nation. We happened to share we fought side by side to the very end. I traveled to many places after that, but I never forgot this land. Even... It may seem difficult to understand, but the reason is really quite... That name carries with it the glory of my homeland and the honor of Natlan. Yet, I failed to bring my soldiers home. And
But that's not your fault. The Abyss is way stronger than any of us imagined.
you need not comfort me. I am no longer who I once was. Let the events of the past continue to collect dust in the annals of history.
Like, with a draft of lucidity? Who knew you could make medicine? Were you a doctor before?
The drought was Guthred's invention. He was a respected military doctor, as well as my trust. We faced a similar situation to what you witnessed today. The endless battles against the Abyss triggered delusions among the soldiers, to the point where, in order to develop a treatment as fast as possible, Guthred used himself as a test subject. He passed away shortly after That's who he was. Unrelenting in his pursuits. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. In the end, he even gave himself up for it. I'm sure he would be pleased his creation aids people, even now. The Abyss has wrought enough suffering on...
Stop worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I've returned. For this, please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
You're more perceptive than I imagined. However, some things are better kept secret for now. We may be working together, but our goals are not entirely aligned.
What's with the secrets all of a sudden? I'm starting to think we should be more careful around you.
I do not mean to jeopardize the trust between us. I simply prefer to keep this to myself, because it's all I can tell you is this. Natlan may have survived the worst of the crisis, but the souls of this land, and that is why my work is not yet done.
Well, if it's personal, then we'll just have to trust you.
If you have other questions, I'm willing to answer.
Wait, Paimon wants to know how you eat with the mask. Anything?
Natlan must pay the price for Mawika's use of the Ruler of Death's power. That price is death. And only Mawika's death can clear the debt. Even now that the war's over and the threat to Natlan is gone, it looks like that death is still set in stone.
In the garden cultivated by the gods, flowers and weeds grow side by side. When the weeds compete for nutrients in the soil, I'm not one to pass judgment based on my own standard of right and wrong. But it is an undeniable fact that she is responsible for my suffering, as well as that of my people. If that explanation is too difficult to understand, allow me to show you exactly what I mean. The ruler of death can freely define the form of death, or grant immortality to anyone she desires. Her power is a rule in and of itself. Faced with such an overwhelming level of power, it can feel hopeless to resist. But I am of the belief that, in this world, no destiny is unchangeable, no death inevitable. So, before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder.
Oh, did something...
This is a critical time for you, traveler. It's best not to delay, so let us end our conversation. Best of luck to you.
Kanichi, Kachina, Mualani? Woo, everyone's here!
Reunited at last. Did you miss us?
I brought candy and cookies to share. Of course we missed you. Ooh, you brought Source crackers.
Just in time, traveler. It's so stifling in here. I was just...
It's the same temperature outside. Anyway, how was the trip?
To be honest, I also didn't expect this many people to show up. A third of this amount is more than enough for my plan. I need to ask them about you, gather their thoughts and hopes. That will help the formation of your... you brought the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right? Yeah, let me take a look. Okay. The progress looks good. We have enough people, so let's get started.
Sorry I'm late.
Shaska showing up late for something? That's a first.
I had to follow a group of monsters further than expected. When I got back, I heard about what you did for my tribe. Thank you.
Okay, let's save the pleasantries for later. Everyone's here, so let's get started. All right, let me remind everyone what's going to happen. I need each of you to stand before the Pilgrim's Chronicle and share your stories about the traveler. Your words will be recorded and become a part of the traveler's ancient name.
Nope.
All right, then to start things off.
Hold on. Remember?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Traveler, Paimon, you can't be here for this part.
Huh? But why? We want to hear what everyone has.
I need people's true thoughts and feelings. It's best if the subject in question isn't involved. It's much more difficult to express those feelings to someone's face. People get shy in those situations.
You're right. Just like when Paimon doesn't have enough more... So basically you want us to leave the Pilgrim's Chronicle here and wait nearby?
Oh, don't worry. This shouldn't take long.
Everything Shilonen said made sense, but did you see Sweet Lolly's reaction back there? She was definitely the one who decided we should leave. But staying out here is just making Paimon even more curious about what everyone's gonna... Anyway, you're gonna have an ancient name soon. Ooh, that's so exciting! You're right! If only Paimon could say a few things about you in there.
Well, looks like you're about to have that chance.
Shilonen, is everything all set?
Almost. We're just missing one last thing. You've been by the Traveler's side the longest, Paimon.
But Paimon's not from that land.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As a Traveler's companion, your contributions are extremely important. Sorry, Traveler. I just need to borrow Paimon for a second. Paimon gave us a lot, and I mean a lot of information. I'm not even sure the Lord of the Night managed to get all of it.
Well, we've made the 6 nations already.
Here, you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back. I'll need it when I forge the name, but you can continue your adventures in the meantime. And when the time comes, I will forge you an ancient name unlike anything that's come before, so that you, Mawika, and Natlan as a whole